challenges does Canelo pose hopefully once you guys get in there?
I don't know. I just think, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really.
The man must have seen something when he called to Canelo out, because you got to remember, bro called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win, and he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have never been fond of each other, but now their rivalry has reached a whole new level. The tension between them has been escalating for months, and their heated confrontation at the airport today was just the latest flashpoint. With emotions running high, this feud is only getting uglier, making it clear just how massive their eventual showdown will be.
Canelo versus Crawford, the biggest fight in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is the next thing beyond.
They haven't fought, at least not yet, but the fact that they had to be separated speaks volumes about where this is headed. The confrontation has already sparked reactions from the pros, so let's break it all down.
I have Canelo. Canelo's more comfortable at 168. He's going to fight again for undisputed for a second time at 168, so this is nothing uncomfortable to him. Terence Crawford's a great fighter, and of course, we're starting to see that he can probably make 168 naturally. But again, it's a different division. 147, 168, two different divisions.
From the very beginning, Canelo Alvarez has made it clear that he Terence Crawford seriously. He doesn't view him as a real threat and hasn't held back in saying so. Dismissing the idea that Crawford belongs in the ring with him, Canelo has repeatedly called him too small, unproven at higher weights, and overly confident after a single big win against Errol Spence. Asterisk go and fight doesn't make you great, asterisk, he said time and time again. To Canelo, this is just another routine challenge. In his mind, Crawford is stepping into a fight he doesn't fully understand. And once they're in the ring, it will become painfully obvious.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo. But what's his options? I mean, if Bivol wins, he could fight him for undisputed. That's a very tough fight. What's the other options? Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight, so I guess we could see it.
Crawford is going to rely on movement in this fight, which isn't exactly ideal for Canelo. But what other options does he have? If Bivol wins, Canelo could face him for undisputed, but that's an incredibly tough fight. Then there's Benavidez, now up at 175, and His Excellency wants to make that fight happen, so that could be next. But Crawford doesn't see it that way. He's been waiting for this opportunity, studying Canelo for years, analyzing his decline.
In boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
The slower reflexes, the moments of exhaustion in recent fights. In Crawford's eyes, Canelo isn't the same fighter he once was. He's called him out for dodging real threats, accusing him of handpicking opponents that make him look good.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov is a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ.
While avoiding fighters like David Benavidez. And Crawford isn't just looking to win. He wants to expose Canelo, humiliate him. After today's heated run-in, their rivalry has taken a new turn. It's no longer just talk. Still fired up from their near confrontation, Crawford didn't hold back. Asterisk.
He was able to take a punch at 135, or Tio, once he moved up to 140, they like, oh, he don't punch as hard as he punched at 140. Yeah. But you're moving up in weight, so for me to do it in 3 different weight classes at 27 years old, it just makes it so much better. And I understand the sport of boxing. I understand that at 135, the guys is bigger, stronger, tougher. So they're not able to walk through me. Honestly, if anybody could jump up in weight classes and do it, it's Terence Crawford. I don't know nobody who is mentally as strong as Terence Crawford. So
it won't let him disrespect me. If he thinks he can intimidate me, he's got another thing coming. Asterisk. There was no promoter hyping things up, no cameras forcing a narrative, just raw frustration. He's had enough of Canelo's dismissive attitude, enough of being treated like an outsider in the sport. For Crawford, this isn't just business anymore, it's personal.
If they do fight, Cole, how do you see it going?
If they do fight, I told you I think that Bud outboxes him. I think he's going to use his leg, keep Canelo on the outside and make it an easy night.
Got you.
Crawford's move up to 154 Ulbs was always going to shake up the boxing world. But with a showdown against Canelo Alvarez now on the horizon, the stakes have never been higher. After becoming a 4-division world champion by edging out Israel Madrimov last August, he proved he could compete with bigger fighters. But now, he's setting his sights on an even greater challenge.
First reaction, of course, it was about size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up for 2 weight classes? Yeah, and he has very good skill. He able to win this fight, but there is a lot of but, and even not but. There is a lot of things, small things, which we don't know how he will deal with this. He needs to get used to the power and pressure of 168. Maybe he will get used to it, and how he will be feeling himself on the same day when he will fighting, how his training camp will go on, a lot of things. But he's able, he has good skills, he's
jumping to 168 to take on the undisputed king of the division at 37. Time isn't on his side. This could be one of the last fights of his career, and he knows it. That's why he's determined to go out on his own terms, against the biggest name in the sport.
Do you favor Canelo or Crawford in the fight? Like, how do you think the fight goes?
It goes Crawford will try to keep on the distance Canelo, but also just to keep...
Not everyone thinks this is a bad idea. Shaker Stevenson, who has spent countless rounds sparring with Crawford, has been one of his most vocal supporters. He's been saying it for years, even before Crawford himself seriously considered the matchup, that Bud's style is a nightmare for Canelo. I always thought his style against Canelo would work. I think he beats Canelo, Stevenson said, standing firm in his belief that Crawford has all the tools to turn this into a one-sided fight. I'm not saying it'll be easy.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money. It's the money. No handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class. I want to become champion at 170.
Isn't just talking to hype up his friend. He knows exactly what Crawford is capable of in the ring. He's witnessed his speed